When it comes to weapons people like, there's always the select few that people prefer over, well, everything else, but there's usually some that can be considered a top 3. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my top 3 options for my weapon category options. I have one primary, one secondary, and one melee I really like using. And to me, it seems to be a standard for a lot of people to acquire since they are so powerful. But when it comes to them, they obviously do have their flaws that other weapons do. It's the whole point of having a weapon choice. So hopefully you'll be able to pick up some insight from what I consider to be a good option, which you may think you would enjoy as well. Because again, everybody has their options, but some are inherently a little better than others. So with my first option, it is a melee weapon. One of my favorite melee weapons is still the Okina Prime, or just the normal Okina with its Incarnon. Due to its unbelievably powerful supporting tool, where when you attack with it, you can summon these little like ice Okinas that go out and target enemies, and they do indeed take into account the elements you have on your weapon, the status of your crit multiplier, so times 12, times whatever. And it's so nice to have because, well, whenever you kill things, you'll slowly start freezing them like I just did there. You'll gain more crit chance while the enemy is frozen, and if you run a normal influence build, you'll be able to continue that proccing where you just keep spreading the cold all around the place. Or if you mix it with like gas or blast, you'll be able to spread blast all over the place. My favorite is still the the blast build I have with it, just because it is so powerful when it comes to dealing with crowds. Gas is really good with it. Blast, viral is the normal standard. It's just a very fun and powerful Incarnon. Next up will be the secondary weapon. Next up, when it comes to weapons I think people should have, it would have to be a secondary weapon that I love oh so dearly. It is the dual Toxicus. But the reason this weapon is so good is because of its Incarnon on top of how its trait works. So whenever you get a headshot, you'll be given toxin damage as well as infinite ammo in the normal form. And when you proc its Incarnon, you are given ricocheting bullets that aim for the head, and you're still given the toxin proc from getting headshots. So you can make corrosive with just electricity on your build, as well as it has really good multi-shot and fire rate. So you're able to just, well, blitz enemies down because of how much multi-shot and how much fire rate you have, on top of the increase from the trait it has, the unique trait. It's a really good and powerful secondary weapon that is good for dealing with rooms full of enemies and crowds. You can build it for gas. I wouldn't recommend it. You can build it for corrosive, but this is the secondary weapon. As you see, it's unbelievably powerful. But now, what about a Acolyte? Let's see what it does against him. So we're getting Malice. When it comes to using the secondary weapon, well, I mean, look at that. Outside of me getting hit with a mag bubble, it's really, really good. Now, let's see that primary weapon, shall we? All right, with the final weapon, it is my favorite primary, or one of. It is the Burst On Prime. As you see, it does amazing with its Incarnon active, and we have an Acolyte to test it on. So, I mean, look at that. Shredded. It's so powerful, and it's so strong. The way it works is when you proc against Incarnon, it now gains innate heat damage, as well as a little bit of a blast radius, so it can do AoE damage, and it also still does its obvious slash and corrosive whenever it's not in Incarnon mode. But when it's in Incarnon mode, it would only do the heat element it gains innately and the element that you have on top of it. So whatever that is, it's also going to be doing it. It's so good. It's nice. It's good for crowds, but as you see, it does really well in crowds, has a really good crit rate, and the damage is not bad at all. So I will head back to the back rooms and tell you how I built these and, well, give you my final thoughts on why you should have these weapons in 2025. All right, now that we're back in the back rooms, why do I think these 3 weapons are so powerful and useful to have in 2025? Well, while the Burst On itself is not a good normal weapon unless you know how to mod it, the Incarnon is so powerful because of its, well, gain auto fire and deal radial heat damage. On top of that, you're able to get more damage and more punch through if your armor's over 450. You're able to get weapon recoil decrease, and your base crit chance can increase, or you can get more direct damage per status. You can get on a full burst hit, more damage and no reset and reload. It's just a really strong and like universally viable weapon to have in the primary slot. Granted, the build is quite crit heavy, because once you turn into your Incarnon, you get more of it, more status. It's a bit status heavy is what I should have said, but it can still crit real well. And my Riven You could literally just change this to be crit damage. That's why I got a lot of it. Next up is the dual toxicist. The dual toxicist, like I said, gain an auto fire and a ricochet on its Incarnon. You get more multi-shot on ability casts. It's really, really nice. That's why you want to use a lot of abilities at the start when using this weapon to stack up that multi-shot, and thankfully it never goes away unless you die. Quality of life minus weapon recoil helps. How come it usually shoots the ceiling? We went with more base crit chance, but you can go for on headshot more toxin despite already getting toxin, or on kill you get punched through. I prefer the crit chance. The build for it is what it has been since I did my original build, which is double galvanized, prime convulsion, prime target cracker, lethal torrent, magnetic, and merciless with my Incarnon, not Incarnon, my Riven, which is crit chance and crit damage. Changes to be more crit chance. That's why you don't see a crit chance mod on my build, because I don't really need it outside of crosshairs. Finally is the Okina Prime. The Okina Prime is up there with my Hate Incarnon, my dual Ichor Incarnon, and my Heliocore. When it comes to the Okina though, on kill, you'll generate a spectral dagger that will target an enemy, applying a max stack of cold. You also get 100% melee damage, sprint speed, parkour velocity. On evolution 2, you can get an increase in base damage, but also on a critical hit, you gain more status damage, more range. And then finally, I went with more crit chance and more status chance, but you could obviously go for the Alchemy of War since you are building into it with some surety, or you could go for a Commodore's Fortune. I went for the mid ground. The build I go for is pretty bog standard. We have Viral, Electricity, Prime Reach, 3 Galvanized mods, and Conditional Overload. I would use a Riven if they had fixed its Dispo, but sadly, since it is a Prime, its Dispo is really bad. All of them are very universal and very powerful. It's why I think these are real good options to have in 2025 when playing Warframe. Now, with Oraxia coming out on June 25th, I'll try my best to get her as quick as I can. Other than that, tell me what weapons you may want to see down below, what Warframes, stuff like that, what builds. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.